Hey, I bought one of these shower waterfalls. Nice thing about these, besides all the massage options you have, all the plumbing's already done for you on the back. Okay, all you gotta do is mount it and just connect two hose connections. Okay, so you have to make the adaptation on the plumbing so this can be fitted to it. So let me show you what I'm doing. So here's a shower stall. When I built this, I used Duramax panels because I couldn't find the actual size for this awkward measurement of a shower. So I have one of those Delta showers. All right, so I took off the handle. I'm gonna take this off and I'm gonna show you what needs to be done to install that waterfall valve shower kit. So all I have is this opening here for the valve. Eventually, I'm gonna have to open this a little bit more so I can get to the plumbing, put the valves on and the connections. But I gotta make sure it's not big enough, too big that I can't cover it. So I'm gonna get the unit, put it here unless they give me some kind of template to see how much I can cut without affecting the cosmetic look. Plus I have these soap dispensers on each side. Let's see what I can do. All right, now that thing is not only gonna replace the valves, but it's also gonna replace the shower head. So that shower head has to be removed as well. So according to the instructions, I can make an opening up to 6 inches because this is 8 inches wide. So if I make an opening 6 inches, it'll stay within limits and I can go lengthwise as long as I want because this is 4 feet long. So let's see how it looks. All right, so this is what I'm looking at. I'm gonna have to open that part up. It's 6 inches wide and I got about 10 inches tall. That should be enough for me to get into that valve system connections and the two water supplies so I can put my valves on. And that hole stays open actually with the valves there, so you have access to it. And when you put the shower kit, it just hangs over that and you won't see it. And if ever I have to remove it, I just lift it, take it off the brackets, and I close the valves and disconnect it. I'm gonna look and see what I'm gonna do with this existing valve. Should it stay there? Should I remove it? Same thing with the pipe going up. Maybe I'll just leave it there in case I ever wanna go back to the old system or somebody else wants to do it, whoever gets the house afterwards. You never know. So maybe I'll just leave the plumbing in the wall, just disconnect it. It's always there. What else am I gonna do with it? If I take it out, put it in the shed, it'll just sit there. So just leave it in the wall. As long as it doesn't interfere with the new plumbing, I think I should be good. All right, let's cut this out. So this is where I'm at. I cut out the panel, and the way these panels are installed, they have bracing on the horizontal. But luckily, I was able to get to where the two pipes are. And they are PEX. And here's the valve that goes for the shower, which I'm gonna probably just leave it there. It's gonna get covered. You see it has also plastic for vapor barrier purposes. So I'm going to put some valves. I got these valves here. It's gonna go right in there. I have enough room to put it in there. Extend the PEX up to this section here, right? And then when I get up to here, I'll put this one here coming out. I'll have two coming out, and that's my hose connections for the shower faucet fixture. Now I know you're gonna say, oh, shark bites. Believe me, I've been using shark bites for over 20 years in the commercial industry, maintenance, you know, buildings that you can't shut down the water. These work fine. I have had no problem. You just got to know how to use them. It's usually the installer that causes the problems with these. They wouldn't be in business all these years if they were bad, okay? This is similar to compression fittings, okay? If you do the job poorly, you're gonna have problems. You do it right, you have no issue. The other thing I like about SharkBites, it's quick and easy, but like for example, I gotta put these valves in. It's gonna be sticking out. I don't want to. You can turn these. That's what's nice about SharkBites. You could twist them, turn them. So I could turn one this way, I could turn the other one, and I'll be in the wall. It won't interfere with anything. All right. And the piece that I'm gonna put here, you're gonna see it just hangs over here. So I can always lift it, take it out, and reuse what I have there, you know. All right, let's keep going, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. It's not difficult to put this in, and if you have the right tools and the right parts, this is a do-it-yourself job, okay? If you're a professional plumber, I know you're gonna call me a hack. You're gonna say whatever you want. You know, I do have other tools. I know how to solder. I do have the crimping tools, but for this purpose, it's easier to do it with the SharkBite because I'm limited in space, and I've never had an issue. And this is my house, so I approve of this, okay? Okay, it was a tight fit, but I got it in. So I got the two valves, got the two hose connections, was able to move the original valve a little bit over, and that's all I need. And then once I hook it up, I'll put the plastic back on, and I'll be should be set. Now use common sense if you do plumbing. You know, you got to shut off the water. If you have well pump, then you shut off your breaker. Just make sure you drain enough water that there's not a water coming out of where you're working at. So I'm on the 3rd floor, so I just drained the water from the 2nd floor to the 3rd floor without touching the 1st floor. Now I can do what I need to do. I'm going to shut off the valves, turn the water back on, see if it's holding. But remember, when you use SharkBites, use the right tools. And when you use PEX, you know, use the right cutters, use the gauge. You know, this also has a cutter on it, these little wheels, which deburrs the ends of the PEX, because the main reason why PEX and these connectors like SharkBites fail is because the O-ring gets damaged. So you have to deburr the ends, make sure they're nice and smooth, and use this so you know how deep you have to go, and mark it. And when you put it in, make sure you reach that mark. If it's not in correctly, you will have leaks, okay? And as I mentioned before, this is nice because you could turn. Even after installation, you could turn the fittings to put it where you need it. All right, so I'm almost there with the plumbing part. The hanging part is very simple, and we'll have this going in no time. So you know this is the shower panel tower I'm using. Instructions are pretty straightforward. They have a nice diagram to explain everything to you. Even have pictures how to do it. Just a suggestion when you do connect some of the hoses. Some of them are already done for you, but all these clamps, I found them all to be loose. So just tighten them up. You know, just play it safe. Anything that was done previously by the manufacturer, just tighten them up. Because I just think they do them snug. You're gonna have to do it a little bit more just to play it safe, so you don't have no leaks. Now the nice thing about this is the hose that goes to the connections that I made. And it comes with these. And what this does, it's a wrench. It goes around the nut, and you have leverage with the 2 tabs, and you tighten it. So you don't need a wrench. That's pretty good. Because remember, this you don't want to over tighten. You know, it has its own gasket, so you don't have to use no Teflon. But it's a compression fitting with that insert there, that O-ring, washer, whatever you want to call it. You just want to get it snug and just a little bit more. You don't want to overdo it. Right now, all I have to do is put up 2 brackets that hang over here and down here. So I got to take a measurement between the 2 locations, install them on the shower wall, and this just sits on it. It just hooks up to it. All right, and that's all there is to it. You don't have to caulk around it. In fact, if you caulk around it, then you can't take it off. So it's got to be nice and snug. All right, I got all the plumbing done. Only way I can fasten this is by using zip ties, you know, so that it doesn't move as much. You know, I have no shaking. Got the 2 water lines marked where the fixture is going to go. These are the brackets, so you see how they're done. It actually slides behind here and it rests on that curve. And you just got to measure from this point right here down to the next one, which I measured. It's 37.5. All right, so you can see the way it is. Okay, it slides back here, and this pulls out as you put weight on it, and it slides behind this section here, and it rests where that screw is. And once that's in there, but before you put it in, actually, you need someone to hold it for you, or you got to set up something like a chair, sit the fixture on it, so you can connect the hoses. Okay, so you got the valves inside. That's only for servicing, if you ever have to do it, so you don't have to shut off the water in the house. I put that in there. But when you hook up the hoses, the fixtures over here, the valves, is the shut-off valve. Okay, so, but I just added that in there. Okay, so let's get these hoses hooked up and just hang it. And we're gonna have a nice fixture here. So here's the setup. I have a chair holding the weight of the fixture so I can hook up my hoses. All right, now test it before you hang it. I mean, open up the valves. See what I mean? You can swing the whole thing out and open it. Now open it all the way and then turn it back a little bit. And now because this can swivel, look, put it back in the wall. It's great. I love shark bites. Okay, now it's all done. There's no leaks. I'll leave it like this for maybe another 15 minutes just to make sure, you know. And if it leaks a little bit, just tighten it up just a little bit more. It's better to not over tighten it. So if you got a little bit of a leak, that's fine. And then you just tighten it until it stops leaking and stop, okay? You don't want to over tighten it because you crush that washer, then you're in trouble, okay? Same thing with compression fittings. You do the same thing. Don't over tighten them. Tighten them snug, a little bit extra, and wait and test it. And then you just tighten it as you go. All right. Now I got the 2 marks, as I mentioned before, down in the bottom. Now I'm going to probably put some plastic over all this just for condensation purposes. I don't want any condensation going behind here because this is not going to be caulked. It's just going to be on the wall, and I'm sure something might go back there. Even though back there you have a lot of space, there's spray foam back there. It's away from the actual wall itself, so I have a nice air barrier from the outside wall. All right, let's give it some time and let's keep going. Okay, it's not the prettiest, but I got one of those zip bags, freezer bags, and I just taped it up. So it's just giving it some vapor barrier, okay? All this excess hose, there's enough room behind here that it'll just tuck in as I hang it. All right, this is the finished product. All right, fit perfectly between the 2 soap dispensers. The only thing I didn't calculate was the hand sprayer. No, it's in the way, this soap dispenser. So I'm gonna have to move that over so I can put that hose there with the sprayer. But this is a nice tower. It's got the regular faucet here if you want to clean your feet. You got the controller here where you want the water. This is your valve, cold and hot. You can have sprays come to your chest, your stomach, your chest, or your face, depending how tall you are. And you got a regular shower and has different waterfall from here, and so forth. I had to put this in because my kids are taller than me and they needed something really high. The original one was over here, the spray nozzle. And now it's a little bit higher so they can fit here. All right, let's try this out. Let me get out of the way and see where this water goes. Okay, that's the bottom water. It's soft water because I had the water shut off. Let's try turning this knob and see where it goes. Goes in the bottom. And slowly reaches the top as it fills. And this, that's the waterfall. I keep turning the knob. Get the regular shower. And then if I go one more, that'll come out of here, and I don't want to do that yet. Okay, and you can do like combinations in between, depending where you put the setting at. Let's put it right there, and let's see how long it takes before the water actually goes from there to the top. Eventually has to fill up. And remember, the pressure is a little lower up here on the 3rd floor. But let me see. Go all the way. Go all the way. Cold water. The hot water. The cold water. No, that's the hot water. I'm just talking to myself. All right, I have one of these in my other bathrooms, and I kind of enjoy it. It's a soft shower. It's comfortable. It doesn't waste too much water, which is nice. All right, I hope this helps you out and showing you that it's not difficult to install. Just take some patience and some logic and a little bit of handyman work involved. You need to know how to use your tools, but it's doable. Something like this, if I gotta get a plumber, we'll probably charge you $400 at minimum, for sure. Thanks for watching.